I think very few people would take issue with the success of ESB. However, I think one area that it's not unfair to point out where ESB has been considerably less successful is with the management of the Shannon fishery, which of course is one of the big, the largest inland fisheries that is state-owned in Europe. At the time of Irish independence, and when it was pursuant to the Shannon Fisheries Act, when it came under the ownership of ESB because of Ardnacrusha, it was, I suppose, a huge resource for landowners adjacent to it. Families were fed by fishing the Shannon, and it was of course a huge tourism resource. Unfortunately, for a variety of reasons, that is no longer the case. Salmon stocks in particular have declined hugely, not just because of what ESB have done or haven't done, but there's been a decline right across the North Atlantic, which, we can't blame ESB for that. But we do need to take steps to make sure that when the Shannon is managed, that it's managed as a navigation resource, that it's properly drained, but that it's also an ecology and a very important ecosystem that does need to be protected. And I think protecting the fishery and making sure that the fishery is taken out from under ESB and maybe is managed as part of that management structure, I believe is key. I mean, we need to look at issues like Partine Weir, the effect that has on fish, but in particular, I suppose, Ardnacrusha as well, and fish not being able to pass Ardnacrusha. I appreciate that the infrastructure required to put all that in place isn't going to be cheap, and certainly ESB, notwithstanding its profits, notwithstanding its success over the years, haven't put the necessary infrastructure in place, nor have they dredged rivers. And they've had to be brought. All of the tributaries, of course, of the Shannon are also part of the Shannon fishery, and they've had to be brought to the steps of the High Court on numerous occasions by very small fishing clubs to get them to manage those. But in managing them and in dredging those rivers, that may ensure that they're better trout and salmon hatcheries, they also drain better for the landowners adjacent to them in the winter. But I would urge that you consider taking the Shannon fishery into the management.